National Institute of Technology, Nagpur. After that, I worked for 2 years in Tata Motors. Since 2022, I'm preparing for civil services.
You have good CGPA.
Thank you, sir.
So please.
My hobbies are, my areas of interest are badminton and mandala art painting.
Mandala art painting and badminton.
Yes, sir.
So, who's your favorite player?
Sir, my favorite player is Lee Chong Wei. He's from Malaysia.
Lee Chong Wei.
Yes.
So, who's the person who defeated him the most?
Lin Dan, sir.
Lin Dan.
Yes.
Who's the current champion?
Sir, the current champion is
recently,
yes,
a couple of months back, there was
Victor. He's from Denmark. His first name is Victor. I can't.
Victor Axelsen. Victor Axelsen. So, why don't we have champions from India?
Sir, in the recent years, we are seeing that many players are coming. We have Indian at the number 8 position, which is Pranav. We also had Shrikant at number 1 in last few years. So there are many players coming in. They are doing very good at international level. But we also need to give more boost. We need more infrastructure and training as it is available in China or the South Asian countries. We need to have that level of infrastructure.
Southeast Asian countries.
Yes.
Okay. You said you're playing badminton.
Yes.
So you play badminton at a certain level or as a hobby you play badminton?
Sir, I played in college during interdepartmental competitions. Right now I play as a hobby, sir.
As a hobby?
Yes, sir.
So what shot do you like the most?
Backhand, sir.
Backhand what?
Backhand to cross service.
Backhand cross?
Yes.
Okay. So you are electrical engineer?
Yes, sir.
From NIT Nagpur. And you worked in Tata Motors as where?
In Pannagar, Uttarakhand.
Pannagar, Uttarakhand. In assembly line or?
Sir, I worked there as a preventive maintenance engineer.
Preventive maintenance engineer. So what do you want to like, you are in a good technical person, I'm assuming, considering the CGPA, and then you had a career in the private sector. So why do you want to get into the civil service then?
Sir, it was always at the back of the mind that I want to go for civil services. But while doing the graduation, I thought I should also give a chance to private sector. So while working at the Tata Motors, of course it was a very satisfying job. But there was something that I could not feel that I could pursue it in a longer time. So that's why I thought I should rather go with my original instinct and prepare for civil services.
Can you name a few power electronic devices?
Yes, sir. One is the FACTS, which the role is flexible control. It is used in transmission and distribution. The second is the D-STATCOM. It is used in distribution lines.
Basic power electronics components, like basic power electronic devices.
Okay. So currently power electronics are used in such as switches.
Yeah. So what are the power electronic devices? Those semiconductor devices are there, no? Power electronics.
Yes.
Yeah.
So these semiconductors and all, these are used in the controlling function for the switches, such as electronic MCBs. These are coming nowadays.
Okay.
So there they use this power
We
electronic.
got of thyristor.
Yes, yes, sir.
So is it a power electronic device?
Yes, sir. Thyristor diodes.
Power
Triodes.
diodes.
Yes.
SCRs.
Yes, sir.
Oh. So you have given your preference. What is the optional?
Sir, PSIR, Political Science and International.
Political Science and International Relations. Okay, that's interesting. So why not electrical engineering?
Sir, again, while working, I could not feel it would be in a longer term. I could not feel I would be able to sustainably or enjoyfully pursue my career in technical field. That's why.
Your father is in the government, is it?
Sir, he's no more.
He's no more.
He used to work in government.
Okay. So what do you think happened in the most important international event that happened in 2023?
So the first would be the G20 summit, the India hosted.
The whole world.
Yes, sir. The second, I would say the it was not 2023 event, but the continuation of Russia-Ukraine war. We could still feel the impact. And then we had the Gaza-Israel conflict. So these three were the major
Can you
issues.
substantiate why is it in that order?
So G20, it actually came to me because India was one of the hosts. Then the Russia-Ukraine
No,
war.
but how it impacted the world? That's the question.
Okay. How it impacted the world? So the first was we invited African Union. So the whole global South got representation at the G20 level, which are represented by the bigger economies. So that was a voice for the global South. The second Russia-Ukraine, it impacted the global economy, the supply chain, such as the wheat exports, oil seeds exports. So it again there were implications on the geopolitics. The USA and the Russia, there was increasing divergence. So in a way, it impacts the developing countries also, because they have to take a stance or to balance between these two USA and Russia. And the third, the recent Gaza-Israel, it has impact again as we are witnessing in the Red Sea. It is affecting our energy security, not just us but the across the world. Our shipping trade route has to be now through the Cape of Hope town. So it has impacted our. It is leading to more prices, cost, which is again increasing the inflation. So these three factors.
Do you think 23 was when OpenAI came up with ChatGPT? Heard of it?
Yes, sir.
Do you think it was not a significant event?
Yes, sir. In the technical field, it was.
Only in technical, or does it have a far bigger implication than that?
Yes, sir. It has a far.
Would like to know your opinion on it.
Yes. So the ChatGPT, which came, the very first implication, I think it is with respect to how in future, because these ChatGPTs are controlled by algorithms. We have also developing the AI. It is one of the example of AI. So the generative AI which are coming, these can create many issues such as privacy of individual. We are seeing deepfakes, for example. So how deepfakes are misused against certain celebrities right now. So this creates it can also lead to conflicts or the fake news, for example, deepfakes leading to riots situations also. So it has longer impact on the society, industry, and also the technical. Even as at the end of consumer, it can there are chances that the algorithms are biased. So these have implications.
These are the implications of. Interesting. So, what is mandala art painting? If you can ask.
Yes, sir. Sir, mandala art, it is inspired from the Buddhist culture. So it is generally popular in Tibetan area. So there they use sand or rangolis to draw mandala. So the basic purpose was it is a kind of meditative practice. So they create this art. It requires it is very minute and specific. So it requires a lot of patience while working on it. And the idea is once they complete the painting, it takes around 20-30 days, and then they destroy it. So the basic purpose is you should not have attachment with anything. Whether even if you are creator of that thing, even then you should not have the attachment with it.
So you do this?
Yes, sir. But in modern times, it is practiced using paint or paint, not with rangoli. So
Okay.
I practice it with paint or color paint.
Okay.
Do you know the world famous painter from Nagpur?
No, sir.
You heard about Gaitonde?
No, sir.
Gaitonde is a painter whose painting has been, purchased by some house, and that is something about 36 crores, highest by any painter. Do you know Saeed Reza? Heard of this painter?
Sorry, sir.
Saeed Reza, a famous painter.
No, sir.
No shades. So, can you tell me about Warli painting?
Yes. It's a tribal art form. It is done by Warli tribes, which are present in the border areas of Gujarat and Maharashtra, the Palghar district. It is also a GI tag from GI tag, and it is also covered under the One District One program of Palghar area.
Yes, true. So, can you tell me about, there are certain painting practices, those are having religious themes,
Yes.
just you explain, and certain are cultural things.
Yes.
Marlis are more having cultural themes in their paintings. So can you have some examples of religious themes and cultural themes?
Sir.
Painting schools across India or even world.
Yes, sir. One of the painting is in we found in the Jagannath temple. So there it is based on religious theme. The other is Madhubani, but Madhubani painting generally focuses on the natural aspects. And we have again in South India, but again in South India there are most based on the religious themes such as gods.
Yes. So Nagpur is called Orange City.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Nagpur, because it is one of the largest producer of Nagpurian oranges. So that is one of the reasons why it is called Nagpuri Orange City.
Orange City, just because it produces a lot of oranges.
Also the quality of oranges. It is
Quality.
especially famous for the Nagpurian oranges.
Suppose government decide to make Pune as another orange city of Maharashtra. Is it possible?
Sir, the reason behind Nagpur being is the soil quality. It actually has an impact on the product quality of oranges. So if we have the same kind of soil or the productive quality oranges, we can develop it as another orange city.
Okay, that's interesting. So you are a daughter of policeman. You must have some ideas about issues of police, particularly the junior most police ranks. So what are your thoughts about the issues they are facing?
Yes, sir. Sir, first one could be the work burden. The working hours very extensive. The second concern is with respect to again the policies are such as they don't have defined holidays, so that impacts their also their productivity.
So
These two are
many times they don't have time to spend with families.
facts.
It's interesting. So another is, do you know Ashok Rao Kamte? Have you heard the name? Okay. He died in 2611. He was one of the famous IPS officers. So
You have not opted for police at all.
Yes, sir. Because I'm not physically eligible for that.
okay. So another question is ki, do you know about Mihan? What is Mihan?
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Sir, it is a SEZ. It was developed for the it was developed as a cargo hub. If we can develop since Nagpur is at the geographical center of India, if we can develop it as a cargo hub for the as a logistics, so that was the main purpose. And there were many projects or the infrastructure was created so that the companies can come and set up their industries.
Okay. So it's about that. Why Nagpur is called Diksha Bhumi?
Yes, sir. There is a place called Diksha Bhumi where Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar converted to Buddhism with the marginalized classes.
Do you have any idea why he chose Nagpur?
Yes, sir. As per him, he chose Nagpur because Nagpur is a city of Naga people. So the Naga people had connections with the Buddhism. So that's why he chose Nagpur.
Okay, that's interesting. You said about your mandala art of painting is related to Tibet. Am I
Yes.
right? So do you know any difference between Indian Buddhism and Tibetan Buddhism?
Indian Buddhism, we see different schools, such as we have in Amravati, we have Mahayana, Hinayana, Vajrayana. But Tibetan school is a Vajrayana school. So their practices, their meditative practices are little different as compared to our practices. But we see some reflections in the Dharamshala region of Tibetan Buddhism.
That's good.
What do you mean by led an agile team?
Sir, agile team it is used in industries. It basically means when you are working on a new project. So sometimes what happens, we have to as per the need of the time, we have to increase our team. So there is no fixed proportion. So that's why it is called agile, because it is flexible.
It is flexible in terms of delivery, or is it only team size, or is it in terms of what is it flexible?
Flexible with respect to our aim also. Sometimes what happens is we might have to increase our targets, or we might have to shift towards a secondary problem also. We have to inculcate that also. And also with respect to
How do you think government works? Do you think government works in an agile way?
in some areas it has to work
No.
in agile.
This comes from the PMP, Agile, Scrum, all those things, I suppose, right?
No,
You're not aware of. Agile is a term used in
is used in industries for the
industry.
project.
Yeah, it comes from that project management, that PMP, and then Agile is a term that comes in there, which wherein the team size, the schedules, the deliveries, and all those this comes and goes. But government works in a different way. Don't you think? Have you, because you mentioned here that that this has led to better strategizing the workforce. So how do you think it will work in the government? Because you have either a fixed department or particular time. How do you propose?
Sir, in agile team, the basic need is the cooperation. So I think even in the government sector, if we want to go for any project, we need the cooperation of multiple stakeholders. So I think even if we are not using the strategy, we need to use it in the government strategy for the successful implementation.
The other is non-agile. What is it?
The non-agile.
What is it called? Is it something called, or is there a term for it? Or?
No, sir.
Why shouldn't any corporation be not agile? Everything should be agile only, right?
Sir, agile is basically used in some projects which are just newly started, or there is no bigger. We are not sure about whether it will be successfully done or not. So we are trying to implement, or it's like a proof of concept. So it's in the development stage. So that's why there are no final targets. We are trying to implement, and as with the time, if it is successful, we'll go ahead and again further implement it. That's why it has been given this flexibility. There are no strict rigidities with respect to such projects.
Okay, you worked in Tata Motors. One question, final question from you. What do you think is the issue with Indian manufacturing? Because you might be better placed to answer. Do you think the Indian manufacturing is growing, or in absolute terms, or as percentage of GDP? Or how do you think, how can we do?
Sir, the contribution of manufacturing as compared to GDP has been around 12% for last decade or more. The issues with respect to manufacturing sector is, as it is said by industries also, that the workforce they required is not up to the mark. Even the quality of engineers is not up to the requirement of the industries. So this is the one of the problem. The second problem is suggested by with respect to the development of manufacturing is very located in some sections, some areas, such as we have now Mumbai and Pune. So there is very unbalanced development of manufacturing. Suppose Nagpur has cotton and oranges. We can actually develop processing sector for there itself. But due to the lack of, I'd say, the incentives given to the industries, they're not coming up there. Rather, they are transporting the raw materials to the other areas of country. With respect to manufacturing, again, the third would be the.
Why do you think Tata had a plant in Uttarakhand?
Yes, sir. The basic purpose was when Uttarakhand was created from the UP. They give lot of subsidies and incentives, such as they give 5-year
So let's say
tax
there was no
exemption.
incentive given. Would Tata would have gone to Uttarakhand?
I think, in my opinion, they wouldn't have, sir, because there was no supply chain to develop a new industry there. They came there and they developed their own supply chain. So
that is another issue.
yes, sir.
Right? In
Lack of
terms
supply chain.
manufacturing. Okay.
What do you think about issues the Maharashtra is facing? Which is the most pertinent issue you think the Maharashtra is facing presently?
Sir, I think the first issue would be the unbalanced development, regional unbalance.
Okay.
The second issue is with respect to the agricultural distress. It is the farmer suicides are one of the highest in Maharashtra. And third, I would say the I don't know if that counts as issue, but we are facing a political instability.
Okay. Why don't you choose an IFS as a choice?
Sir, I think according to me, I can better, or my potential of working in India at the rural level is higher if I go.
Suppose India get fully urbanized.
No,
where
sir.
will you work then?
No, sir. But I can give my best, I think, here. I have those skills which I can better use within India. I also have, but I think I can also work in the IFS. But my full potential, I think I can better use it here.
Has India accepted the one China policy?
Yes. India
So
has
shall we actually
accepted.
pressurize the China to also accept the one India policy, and since say Kashmir should be like integrated with the India, and then they should support us?
Yes, sir. I think diplomatically, at the diplomacy level, we should raise our concerns that they should respect our red lines.
And suppose they don't accept it, shall we withdraw the support given to the one China policy?
Sir, I won't say we can go back to the old level, but we can create pressure, such as we can increase our cooperation with the Taiwan, for example. We are already having trade and foreign diplomacy with Taiwan, but we can increase it at the next level, so that they also understand that what are our
Cultural
concerns.
and trade office.
Yes. So we can increase more our relations with Taiwan.
Okay, shall we recognize the China Taiwan? What do you think?
Sorry, sir.
Shall we recognize the Taiwan as an independent country?
Yes, sir. I think we should, if not as an independent country, because at the global level, there is no consensus as of now to recognize Taiwan as an independent country. But we can have better relations and more cooperation.
Okay. And what about the growing trade deficit with the China? Shall we ban the Chinese goods?
Sir, we cannot cannot suddenly ban them because we are dependent on them, and not just we. The whole world is kind of dependent on China for raw materials. So until we develop our own supply from other countries, we cannot go because it is going to hurt our manufacturing as well.
But we should reduce the dependence.
Yes, we should try to be more self-dependent, or at least we can diverse the basket share.
And we should have signed the RCEP or not, regional cooperation and partnership agreement.
Sir, I think in that sense, the decision taken by India was correct because there were concerns that China has examples of dumping or credit. So this might have led to more imports coming to India from China. And if we had agreed to the RCEP, we would have to give zero duty on those imports. So it has further affected our own manufacturing. And there were also concerns by the agricultural sector, such as dairy and farming. If we go forward, though, it would also impact our dairy and farming.
Last question, Master Pant. Who was a Pantanagar Pant?
It was GB Pant, the first agricultural minister of India.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.